So when can I get the results?
For a normal toxicological screen, an hour. An hour and a half on the outside.
Okay, well, just let me know as soon as possible. I will be at General Hospital. You can page me. And remember, this has to be kept a secret.
Who am I going to tell?
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't know you had company. I'm Rex Stanton, Danielle's uncle. And you are?
Hi, Steve Lambert. I work with Jacob Skinner.
I wasn't interrupting anything important, was I?
Bennett Devlin likes manipulating people. He's got this slick car salesman smile.
Hold it. You're talking about your future father-in-law here.
Dad, here, be serious.
I am. Someday, you and Julie are going to want to get married.
Don't.
And then you and Devlin are going to have to be buddies. You know, Cubs games, the Bears.
I am going to take this coffee and pour it all over your nice new shirt.
No, wait. Now, think about this. I mean, what are you going to call it?
Father. No, that's too formal.
Dad. Yeah, Dad.
I am never coming in here again.
So much now, but here comes Dad.
I'll get you for this.
How's the coffee here?
It's the best in town. Mike, you coffee for Dr. Devlin?
Sure. Black?
Please. Okay. You got a minute?
Yeah. Excuse me, John. There you go.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Frank, well, I just wanted to say that I hope there were no hard feelings for me recommending you for the Colson job. With the best of intentions. The only reason I really wanted to remain anonymous was that I didn't want you to feel obligated to me in any way.
Not much chance of that happening.
You sure?
Positive.
Well, that's great. That's great. And if bygones are bygones, I'd like to offer an invitation to dinner.
What's the occasion?
I'm leaving Port Charles.
Dr. Harmon's physical disability prevents him from functioning capably as a surgeon. Well, that's a load of garbage.
I am very sorry, Matt. I know you're angry, but...
Angry? I'm not angry. I am furious. That man has a mindset that's stuck in the dark ages.
Listen to me. You tried. You gave it your best shot.
No way. He hasn't seen my best shot. I'm not going to let him do it to me. Excuse me.
I'm afraid he's already done it.
No means only one thing to me. Opportunity. This isn't over, Dr. Bridges. It's just getting started.
What is it with you two, huh? I mean, you just scared that poor woman to death.
She didn't sound scared to me. She sounded angry.
You know, it was bad enough when these rumors you were spreading about me tampering with Collins's IV were kept in-house. Now you're telling patients? Lucy Coe had every right to tear my head off just then.
Well, somebody should have. Kevin Collins almost died.
Yeah, that wasn't my doing. He wasn't my patient. And I will not let you get away with this low-life attack on my reputation.
Look, back off, Chris. All right, you had opportunity and you had motive.
Opportunity and motive. God, you sound like a hack TV cop.
If you didn't do it, tell me who did.
Goodbye, Dr. Cooper. Goodbye, Father Greg. Hello, Trouble.
Actually, you weren't interrupting anything at all. I was just leaving.
Oh, not on my account, I hope.
No. I have a lot of work to do. Call me.
Okay. Nice meeting you.
Hi, Scott?
Yeah.
Scott, hey, where are you?
Oh, come on. I'm at the hospital. I'm waiting for you.
Okay, well, don't move. I'll be right there. How do you feel?
I feel fine. What about the blood test?
It's okay. My friend is doing the toxicological screen on it right now.
Well, are we sure that we can trust this guy?
Absolutely.
Well, come on. Don't keep me in suspense. What was Eve Lambert doing here?
We just worked together, and she had some professional questions to run by me.
Oh, really? What do we have here? You're not moonlighting on me now, are you?
She just has a friend she wants to run some tests for.
Really? Who might that friend be?
I don't know.
Of course you don't. What do you say we put our heads together and figure this out? Eve Lambert has a friend who is anxious to get the results of a private blood test. Now, who might... Oh, no, I couldn't be that lucky. No. Manna from heaven. Scott Baldwin.
So you're leaving?
Yes. And I know that you and I really got off on the wrong foot, but I'm hoping with all my heart that we can put our differences behind us.
You're good.
I'm sorry.
Now, I can see how you were able to wrap Julie around your little finger. How you convinced her that you only arranged that job offer to help me. Help me get 700 miles away from your precious daughter.
You're wrong. I only wish you well.
I can see right through you, Dr. Devlin. Right through that big smile and kindly manner.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
I doubt that.
I hope you two are happier than you look.
We're fine. We're fine. Actually, I was just telling Frank that I'm leaving. I don't have to pretend. I know you wanted me out of your hair for a while now.
A little, but I'll miss you.
That's really sweet of you, honey. Means the world to me. But I've been away from your mother for too long, you know, and actually we were just discussing where I could take you both for a farewell dinner.
I'm on call tonight, but lunch would be great if Frank could make it.
No, lunch is fine. How about you?
Well, listen, I've got a very full schedule at the hospital. I got meetings all day, and I just don't... Well, I guess I'll just find a way of making it work.
Thank you, Daddy. You're making my day.
Excuse me, Dr. Boardman. I think we have something to discuss.
If it's about the sling, the discussion is over. I have nothing to do with hospital finance.
Come on, man. That's BS. You sandbagged me with that non-recommendation.
What I wrote was what I perceived to be as the truth. Now, if you can't handle that, you take it someplace else.
You'd like that, wouldn't you? It's just not going to be that easy, though. You see this problem? This problem isn't going away. We are going to have this out right here and right now if I have to hold you down to do it.
Mrs. Clark, what you have is a herniated disc right here at L5-S1.
But that's my back. Why does my leg hurt?
Because that disc is compressing the nerve root. Basically, what you have is a nice case of sciatica.
Oh, does that mean I'll have surgery?
No, actually, surgery is the last option. Right now, what we want to do is just get you started on some muscle relaxants, a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory, and something for the pain. And then basically, lots of rest and ice. And if you're not better in a few weeks, we'll get you started on a series of epidural injections.
Injections?
Yes. And then you should be back to your old self.
What do you mean, back to my old self?
Back to doing whatever you used to do before. But you gotta promise me, no more powerlifting, all right? And when you lift your granddaughter, I want you to lift from the knees, okay?
All right, Dr. Scanlon. I'll try.
Good for you.
Good morning. I'll be out of your way in a minute. Would you like to watch some TV?
Sure.
So long.
My friend is going to page me as soon as the tests are finished.
Test? How many tests?
Well, at least 2. The first one is to make sure that there are no drugs present, and the second one is to find out what kind of drugs they are.
Oh, brother. I'm going to have my head examined letting somebody do this that I don't know.
Well, you didn't leave me too many options.
I know.
All right, look. It's going to be all right. Once we find out what the problem is, we'll be able to fight it.
This guy that's doing the test, he's reliable.
Yeah, he's an intern that I work with.
What's his name?
Jake Marshak.
Oh, no.
What?
Oh, you gotta have your head examined.
Why?
Jake's girlfriend, Danielle, is the one that's claiming to be Serena's biological mother, and I can't prove it, but her uncle, Rex, is the one I think kidnapped Serena.
Oh, my God. I met him. He was there.
He was there, so these tests that are being done, he knows about it? He knows it for me?
No, because, I didn't tell Jake whose blood it was. All right, there's no way that Rex can know.
This kind of thing could humble a man like me. The gods must be smiling on yours truly. This almost makes it too easy.
Yeah, you want to clue me in?
Eve Lambert just gave me all the evidence I need to prove that Scott Baldwin is using drugs.
How could you know that? I haven't even run the tests yet.
When you do run those tests, don't waste your time on some red herring like food poisoning. No. I want you to go after the big trophy fish, hallucinogens, that sort of thing.
That's awfully specific.
Well, just call it a hunch.
So a friend of mine gives me an anonymous blood sample. My new partner here seems to not only know whose blood it is, but what to look for. I'll call that some kind of hunch.
When will we have the results of the tests?
It's going to take me about 24 hours to do a full workup, though.
Don't stand there dawdling, boy. Let's go, chop. I want to know the results. Those tests, I want to know if my hunch is right.
You wrote that Dr. Harmon's physical disability prevents him from functioning capably as a surgeon. He should be removed from any consideration for a surgical rotation. Okay. You write something like that about a guy. You must figure he's going to get the news. And then what? Fold up his tent and roll quietly into the sunset?
That report was written to Dr. Quartermain, not to you.
Well, I have a right to see anything in my file, according to my lawyer.
Save your attorney fees. This isn't about you being discriminated against. This is about you not facing reality.
I have faced reality. I walked out the door thinking I was going away for a skiing weekend with my best friends. And I come back several weeks later as a T12 paraplegic that has to use a wheelchair. You're the one that needs a reality check. What, a few flicks of your bic, and you never have to have this cripple guy around to remind you? The doctors, doctors don't have to be these perfect machines that you keep demanding.
The medical establishment is not going to change for you.
Really? And how do you know?
What if a patient were to die on the table because you couldn't move fast enough?
What if you were to get a sudden appendicitis attack? Guys, you can't even look at me. That's because That's because you're the crippled one here, man. Believe what you will. My decision stands.
You know, actually, spaghetti's better than I expected, considering the restaurant.
Mike always serves it al dente.
Oh, do you know where pasta originally came from?
China. Marco Polo brought it back.
Yeah, that's right. Genghis Khan gave it to him to bring back to Europe.
Actually, it was his grandson, Kublai Khan, who met with Polo.
I'm sure.
I'm pretty darn sure. In Xanadu, did Kublai Khan a stately pleasure dome decree?
Coleridge.
Well, you know what? I don't care who invented it. It took the Italians to perfect it, as far as I'm concerned. Did you know that French cuisine, classical French cuisine, is Italian-based?
Because Catherine de' Medici brought Florentine cooks with her to France when she married the king. The Italians revolutionized French cooking.
Why do I feel like I'm suddenly on Jeopardy?
This is Dr. Ramsey. You paged me?
Yes. The patient in 612 needs to see a doctor immediately.
Whose patient is it?
She's asking for any doctor. Can you check?
Sure, I'll be right there.
Nurse Hartman, 4737. Nurse Donna Hartman, 4737.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ramsey. What can I do for you?
Excuse me, Dr. Ramsey. Do you have a moment?
Sure. Excuse me.
You just don't know when to quit, do you? What the hell do you think you were doing?
That was some face-off at lunch.
That bad, huh?
Like an overly polite hockey game. You two sat there quietly ripping each other apart to see who had the biggest brain.
I'm sorry, Julie. I did my best. I tend to get real testy when I think I'm being manipulated.
I know. I don't like feeling manipulated either. But you have to understand, my dad still feels like he should have done more for my brother Buddy. Then maybe he wouldn't have lost him. Now I'm the only child he has, so I understand when he seems overprotective. It's always done with a great deal of love and thoughtfulness.
How did you get to be so nice being raised by that guy?
Actually, my mom raised me. My dad was always too busy.
Well, she must be a saint to put up with him.
She was. But they're really great together. You should see them. They've built the perfect marriage.
Yeah, I'll be home soon. I know. Of course I will. I always do. Yeah. You know what I'd really like? I'd love it if we could have dinner together. In front of the fireplace or something. Yeah. Well, candles be perfect. I know. I'll talk to you soon. Yeah, I love you too.
That sounds familiar. Are you leaving?
I think it's time to go.
Oh, I can't say I'll miss you.
And here I was thinking you'd be crushed by the news.
Yeah, right.
Well, at least it would have been more polite.
Oh, I've never been really big on polite then.
I remember.
What's the matter? Are you upset because you couldn't hit on any of the young female interns because your daughter was a part of the group?
I told you, since our time together, I have not seen another woman.
Don't do that.
Do what?
And here I was, all set to give you a gold star for being good.
Farewell present?
You don't quit, do you? Well, traditionally, this is where I'd say I hope we meet again, but since I don't, I'll just say bye-bye. Take care, Ben.
You couldn't wait to get even with me, huh?
I got a page to 612. I answered it. Ask the nurse.
What happened?
This bastard changed the medication and dosage on my chart.
What? What are you talking about? I didn't touch that chart. What took you so long? Is there any word?
No, just relax, okay? Jake is cool, believe me.
Well, Jake is not the one I'm worried about. It's Rex.
Rex would have to put a gun to Jake's head to get those results.
Well, that's my point. Rex would put a gun to somebody's head, or even worse.
I got the initial results. It's positive for drugs.
My boy, you have just given me the keys to the kingdom. I want you to lock this away where it will be safe and sound. That is my secret weapon to get Serena and her rather sizable bank account away from her drugged out, irresponsible father.
This is Lisa McCree.
And Charles Gibson. Try this when you're 80. Swim 2.4 miles, bike 112, and then run a marathon.
Tomorrow, meet the world's oldest Ironman on Good Morning America.